Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
So how do you usually practice to playing a keyboard?
I usually practice with my teacher in my home.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, my name is Al-Azhar and you can call me Langit. And this is my friend.
Hello everyone, I'm Cleona Einar and we are from 9.1.
And today we're gonna talk about some kind of interesting topic. It's not original, but I think it's an important thing to talk about, and that is globalization. Because we live in the Earth, and Earth is growing, time flies, and we still live in this Earth. So we need to talk about the growth of our planet. So to start this conversation, I would ask you about globalization right now. For you, it's a positive or negative into?
I think it has both positive and negative impact for our planet, because globalization itself cannot be faced by everyone, and I think that globalization has positive and negative impact. For example, in the aspect of economic, globalization has so many impact for Indonesia. For example, with Indonesia being one of the member of ASEAN, which is the organization within the Southeast Asia countries, it has bring a lot of positive impact for Indonesia. For example, it can accelerate the economic growth of Indonesia. It could bring so many foreign laborers and inventors to Indonesia, so that Indonesia could develop their potential in forms of maybe natural resources or even their work chances.
Yeah, I agree. That's one of the positive impacts of economic globalization for Indonesia. But I would talk about the Asia region. I mean, Indonesia is not Asian. Indonesia is Asian, and Indonesia is working with China right now. But interestingly, there is a debt for Indonesia that hundreds of years that the debt is gonna be paid. And the labor from China, it's enter Indonesia without permission or with easy permission, because the law of that debt to Indonesia. And that is one of the negative impact is since the COVID-19 pandemic, it's from China in Wuhan though, and the labor from there, it's keep coming to our country. And that is one of the major factor of spreading COVID-19 in Indonesia. And also, I'm not underestimating the Indonesian labor, but in the general facts, China's investors or China's people have higher education, and that labor from China can take the position of the Indonesian labor. And that's kind of problem is the China labor is becoming higher, have higher wages, higher work. I mean, they're quite rich in here. But in fact, the Indonesian original labor is becoming the hardworking but with less wages. And I think it's one of the negative impact for us to have an economic bilateral thing or globalization. And how do you
Respond.
respond to it? Because I think it's quite not good for us for the future country for Indonesia.
Yeah, I think the negative impact cannot be avoided, because since the old times, Indonesia has so many debt that must be paid in hundreds of years in like a long period of time. And I think it's not really our fault, but we are the ones that should face it, right? And I think Indonesia is like being the ones that is having so much harm right now, while China is the one that has so much positive impact right now. I think that Indonesia should increase their education, increase their overall quality of person, because as we know, as you said before, China people have a higher education, so that they have higher quality than Indonesian have. That's why they used their chances to get into Indonesia, to having work there and live in there. For example, like in the IKN, we know that there are so many foreign workers, not only in China, not only from China, but also from other country that has been settling an agreement within Indonesia. So I think what we have to do once again is increase our education, and once again we have to use our potential. For example, we have to organizing our own natural resources, from raw product to finished product, so that, because we all know that we since many years ago, we are the ones that is providing a raw product for other countries, and they are the one who are producing a finished product, and they will sell it to many countries. So what we have to do is we have to organizing our resources, so that we can make raw product into finished product and sell it on our own.
Thank you for the suggestions, and I have a positive news or big news for us. With you saying that we should increase our education and start to grow our economy. In 2045, there is the golden era of Indonesia. The productive age of youngsters in Asia is rapidly growing, and I think that's the golden era, or the golden chance to make Indonesia to a lot better. And in this government, or in this year, I have heard news that Indonesia wants to join BRICS. Brazil, Russia, I forgot, but the BRICS include China also. And the main goal of BRICS is to the dollarization, the decrease of American. The American economic is very high because the American dollar is the international currency is dollar. But in this BRICS organization that I've heard, Indonesia wants or have an intention to join with them for bilateral transaction, or with other country. They use the foreign or the original currency, not using dollar. So I have read also some news that dollars is some kind of decrease the economic sector, and I have heard the professor or some kind of guy that lives in America, that if the goal of BRICS is continued and then is succeed to be continued and executed, the American citizens will be poor in one night. So I think the economic growth, or the globalization, is just an amazing growth in these years. Since COVID, since that technological world, since that sophisticated world is coming to us, the economic growth of some countries that not done very liking of the economic growth and stabilization of America is growing, and I think Indonesia is one of the golden chance to join it. And one of the big improvement that Indonesia make right now, exactly right now, but I don't know it's going to be continued or not, because the general election in 2024 is IKN. IKN is the new central city or capital city of Indonesia, and that is one of the step for us to make our economic growth. Because of what? Because of the government in Jakarta will be moved to IKN, and Jakarta will be entertainment city. And so, then that thing, although Indonesia is have an intention to join BRICS with South America, but this concept I really like it because it's kind of like America. You know, in America, there's Washington D.C. and New York. Washington D.C. is the government city of America. The whole government, the center of the government is in Washington D.C. So I think United States want to take or implement it in this country because Indonesia is very big and IKN is the center, really center. I mean, Kalimantan is the center's island of Indonesia, and that makes the government move to there, and then the Java island like Surabaya or Jakarta, the main city is Jakarta, is become the entertainment city like New York. So the economic growth in Jakarta is still growing very much, and the government sector is not being behind because of the Jakarta's improvement right now. So the government is stable, the economic is growing rapidly. I think it's one of the good or amazing improvement for us, and I want personally, I want it to be done. Although there are election in 2024 that one of the election or the president don't want to continue it, but personally I want to continue. So what's your opinion? What's other improvement that Indonesia make to face globalization? Because globalization is very rapidly, and it's growing so much in these years.
So previously I want to provide my opinion that I agree that the economic sector is growing rapidly because of the dollarization, and I also hope that the general election, whoever president that is being chosen in the future, I hope they can continue that program. And furthermore, I also want to appreciate the technology sector of Indonesia, like the creative industry sector of Indonesia, because it is rapidly growing, like from the entertainment sector, or their overall entertainment is basically growing so much. And that is why Jakarta is being the entertainment city, because the creative industry sector is developing in there. And I think that's it.
Yeah, the creative economy in Jakarta is very wide to talk about, and there's so many companies work there. And one of the interesting of globalization is that not only the labor from other countries, but students is coming to Indonesia. Indonesia right now, one of the achievement that we got newly is Indonesian language is being of the national language of Indonesia. And I think that's one of our achievement to face the globalization. And with that national language, many students from foreign countries, is coming to Indonesia to study about the culture, about the entertainment, about the life in Indonesia. Because I think Indonesia is very interesting though. There are thousands of islands in Indonesia, and they can grow. Each of it can grow. It is very unique because not easy to lead Indonesia, especially democracy, because we have province, but we don't have the country, like America right now. The state. We don't have the state, but we use province. So the government is centered in Jakarta right now. Still right now it's in Jakarta, and it's not easy to run this whole country by the center. But I want to appreciate our president that have have done many improvements for Indonesia in this globalization and something to the world. Joko Widodo, I want to appreciate him with this last months. He still making progress to Indonesia, to improve Indonesia, to make the next president easily to improve the country. And one of the improvements that that our president is making right now is coming to every city, every sector in Indonesia. And I think I have heard that in one day he can visit 4 until 5 sectors or 5 areas in Indonesia. I think that's a great job for him, and that's proven by Indonesia. Is 1 year, 2 years ago, I kind of forget. I think 1 year ago, it's becoming the home or the main part of G20. You know it? Yeah. 1 year ago, G20 is here, and then we joined ASEAN, and then we support Palestine, the globalization. I think it's some achievements that we have as Indonesian. We have to be proud of it. So I know it's the starting point to face and make Indonesia a fully developed country. It's only the start, but the start is good. I mean, the start is good. We have to make improvements years by years, slowly but sure, and then 2060 in that years we can side by side to America, China, that developed country. I dream of it. I dream of it. As Indonesians, that's one of my dreams. For this globalization, we can interact with others. We can do agreement easily, and as a country, although the agreement is a lot of agreement that Indonesia makes right now, we have to choose. We have to choose what agreements we want to make, and we have to consider of it. If it's positive, we do it. If it's negative, we don't do it. But I think overall, right now, the starting point of Indonesia golden era is such a very good start. Do you agree about it?
Yeah, of course, and I further agree that Indonesia is finally getting recognition from other countries, from other big countries like China, Russia, America, and others. And I heard that Indonesia is also starting to support the anti-America support right now. So because the American country is like starting to sending bombs everywhere especially in Palestine. So they like having a support for that anti-American movement. I think that's great, and I also want to respond from what you said before, that Indonesia is finally becoming an international country that is being published by UNESCO.
Yep.
And I'm glad that foreigners could realize that Indonesia is not just Bali, but it's all islands in Indonesia is becoming a part of it.
Yeah, I quite laughing for hearing the jokes that Bali. Do you ever go to Bali? Yes, I ever go to it. I went to it. But do you ever went to Indonesia? No, never.
Yeah.
What? Bali is part of Indonesia, but right now I think many foreigners know that Bali is the part of Indonesia. Finally, that jokes is decreasing.
Yeah.
One step by step. And for this globalization, Indonesia is being recognized. Indonesia is growing. Indonesia is such one of the highest growing country right now. I'm happy to hear about it. And globalization, we talk about globalization, we talk about trading, talk about economy,
Talk about culture as well.
yeah, got to talk culture as well. And talking about cultures, many foreigners right now, or much of them, know batik.
Yeah.
Yeah, batik is growing right now, though they know that batik is Indonesia. Indonesia is batik. Although some years ago that we have a conflict with Malaysia about this batik and something, but right now I think we with one nation, one Asian, ASEAN, Indonesia, Asian, we have to support each other. In Malaysia have its own batik, we have as our own batik, and that's good for us, for our growing cultures, other cultures we grow, and then many people knows about our culture more and our people more, and then I think the growing of culture, the globalization of culture is rapidly going for Indonesia. But it's going positive, but it's going negative. Because the globalization, we have social media, and it's the one part of the hell of the social media, the whole of hell. The whole of heaven, but the whole of hell also. The social media brings the bad habits from countries like German, America, that alcohols, that that cultures is entering Indonesia. So I think it's also being normative this improvement, but I think it's a normal thing to have in globalization because we interact with others. Social media is harassing us to us accepting informations. And then I ever read an article that one of the hell of social media is hoax. I think only 30 or 40% of Indonesian citizens are recognizing the hoax, and 60% of it, 70% of it is eating the hoaxes.
Well, that's a lot of like people, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Especially, I think that is being caused because the Indonesian literacy is very low.
Yeah. The literacy is one of the problem of Indonesia.
Yeah, that's why Indonesia have to like increase their education, progress, and like, have you ever heard that Indonesian netizen is one of the worst netizen in the world? Like,
I know, I have heard about it that our netizen is one of the worst in the world to harass others in social media. We know to type. I think that's one of the bad impacts of social media. But I think with that social media growing, with education also need to grow. Indonesia is some years ago, the Minister of Education Nadiem Makarim have created a curriculum that I think it's great, but some students or many students in Indonesia don't recognize the greatness of it, and it's curriculum Merdeka. Personally, the program is such a great program, but many Indonesians or many students that having this curriculum in the school is not ready for it. They used to use the K13, the curriculum of 2013, and the growth or the difference is such a big difference, because in this curriculum Merdeka we need to master the public speaking. I think that not the literacy and public speaking, because in our school we did the research, and I think that's one of the weirdness that the students want to like, I don't want this. But for me, it's a great opportunity to present our own research, and then make our research is the great opportunity for us. But yeah, we want to see the growth, not in this year, but 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, and then we need to. There's a long process to improve our education. And one of the interesting of Indonesia is the education is is very wide. That Sampurna have its own school, and then religion organization like Muhammadiyah and NU have its own school. So I think school education is the most important thing for us to improve the very wide sector, because in Indonesia school is quite different right now. I think schools in Indonesia is making our soft skills, recognizing the soft skills and then learning about the soft skills. Because for me, in previous curriculum, soft skills is not very recognized, but in this curriculum it's very recognized. I'm happy about it, because if we want to deal with other foreign people, we need to master at least a skill. Right now, for example, coding or even robotics or like public speaking, that skills is needed for us youngsters to improve ourselves, to have a better quality, be a strong competitor for the foreign people. Because as I said in my first opinion, that many foreigners or many laborers from other countries is coming here, and their education is a little bit higher, is slightly higher from us. And with these skills, we will be a strong competitor for them, and we can take the higher position in the company. So the labor or the Indonesian people is educated, waged, work, and then they can live in Indonesia well. So that's the thing. That's all of it from us. Indonesia is very good country that have been made a very good improvement, right?
Right.
Very good improvement, and I would like to see, as a youngsters, I would compete, I would participate, and I would love to see Indonesia is growing and become a very very good country, and come aside China, America, and others, and in some years, 20 years, 30 years. Thank you. That's all from us. If there's a mistake, sorry, because we're not a god. We're just a human that the whole of mistake, because perfectness is only owned by God. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.